Hello, the question we have on our screen says 55 gram of butane reacted with 100 gram of oxygen. Which of these reactants is the limiting reagent and which of them is in excess? Now, I've explained what we mean by limiting reagent. It says that that reactant that will be completely used up in a chemical reaction. But first of all, for you to know limiting reagent, you must first of all write the chemical equation, see the stoichiometric ratio, then you know the ones that is the limiting reagent. Now they said that they mentioned butane and oxygen. Now butane reacting with oxygen, that's combustion process. That's combustion. Is it clear? And we know that the general formula for combustion process is CSHY plus X plus Y over 4 O2. It will give us carbon dioxide and it will still give us what? Water. These are the products of what? Combustion. Now, they mentioned butane. We know that butane, the formula is C4H10. Is it clear? Now, this 4 S refers to the number of atoms of carbon and Y refers to the number of atoms of hydrogen. Is it clear? So we have C4H10. Wherever we see S, we put 4. That's, we have 4 plus Y is 10 over 4 what? O2 to give us X, which is what? 4CO2 plus Y is what? 10 over 2 what? H2O. Does it make sense? So we have C4 what? H10 plus, now we have 4 over 1 plus 10 over 4. 4 over 1 plus 10 over, the LCM is 4. 4 divided by 1 is 4. 4 times 4, 16. Plus 4 divided by 4 is what? 1. 1 times 10 is 10. Then 16 plus 10 is what? 26 over 4. 2 divide 26, 13. 2 divide 4 is what? 2. So 26 over 4 is actually 13 over. We have 13 over 2 O2 to give us 4CO2 plus 10 divided by 2 will give me 5H2O. But this fraction here, I don't want it. So the number of moles, I have 1 over 1, 4 over 1, 5 over 1. So I clear fractions. I check for the LCM of all the denominators, then multiply each and every one of them by that LCM. LCM of 1, 2, 1, 1 is 2 abi. So we multiply here by 2, multiply here by 2, multiply here by 2, multiply here by 2. 2 we cancel 2. 1 times 2 is 2. So we have 2C4H10 plus 13 times 2 has cancelled 2. So we have 13 moles of oxygen plus 4 times 2, 8 carbon dioxide plus 5 times 2, 10. 10 moles of what? Water. I hope you understand what I'm doing. Now, this is the standard condition when butane reacts with oxygen. We can see that the mole ratio, that in terms of stoichiometry, that 2 moles of butane is ever ready to react with what? 13 moles of oxygen to form 8 moles of carbon dioxide and 10 moles of what? Water. We can see that 2 moles reacts with what? 13 moles, right? Is it clear? Now, their question says, which one will be the limiting reagent? Which one will be used up when 55 gram reacts with what? 100 what? Gram of oxygen. Now, the next thing I'm going to do here, for me to know the limiting reagent, this 55 gram, 100 gram, is either I convert these moles to gram, or let me convert this gram to what? Moles. We know that formula for number of moles says mass all over molar mass. So for me to convert 55 gram of carbon as in of butane to moles, I must use the formula. That's number of moles is equals to mass they gave me. The mass they gave me is what? 55 all over molar mass. Do I know the molar mass of butane? C4H10. What is the molar mass of C4H10? Now, carbon, his mass number is 12, right? 12 times 4 is 48. Hydrogen is 1. 10 times 1 is 10, abi. 10 plus 48 is 58. So we have that number of moles of what? Of butane is actually 55 divided by 58. So we have 55 divided by 58. And the number of mole I got 0.95 what? Mole. So that's 55 gram of butane they gave us. It also means 0.95 gram of 0.95 mole of butane. Now, this 100 gram of oxygen here, I must get the number of mole. Recall that number of mole is still mass over molar mass. So I'm looking for number of mole. The mass of oxygen they gave me is 100. What's the molar mass? Molar mass of oxygen. Oxygen, O2. Oxygen, the mass number is 16. 16 times 2, 32. 32. So the the number of moles is now 100 divided by 32. So the answer is I'm getting 3.125 what mole, right? So this question, that's their question, which says what would be the limiting reagent when 55 gram of butane, 55 gram of means 0.95 mole of butane reacts with what? 3.125 mole of what? Oxygen. Now, since we know that 2 moles of what? 2 moles of butane is meant to react with what? 13 moles of what? 13 moles of oxygen. And then which one now? When 0.95 mole of butane reacts with 3.125 mole of oxygen, which one will be used or which one is the limiting reagent? Now, there is a simpler way to find this limiting reagent. There's what we call the one that has the least quantity per coefficient ratio is the one that has the limiting reagent. Now, watch out now. I'll use this number here, 0.95. I'll use this to divide the 0.9. I'll use that and divide it. The one that has the least number is the limiting reagent. Let's be fast. 0.95 divided by 2 gives me 0.475, right? Then I have 3.125 divided by 13 is giving me 0.240. Now, which one has the least amount, the least quantity per coefficient ratio? Hope is this one. It is oxygen, right? This is the least. This and this, compare them. Which one is the least? This one, right? Therefore, oxygen is the limiting reagent and butane is the one in excess. And that's the answer. Do you understand? Well, you can try and solve anything. That's if you want to know whether oxygen is the limiting reagent. Now ask yourself, if 2 reacts with what? 13. 0.95 is expected to react with what? Unknown. Now if you cross multiply, this times this divided by 2, we have 0.95 times 13 is equals to what? Divided by what? 2. We have 6.1. So the answer he gave me 6.175. You can see that 0.95 mole of mutane is meant to react with 6.175, but 0.95 mole, when they gave us 0.95 mole, they gave us 3.125. You see that since 0.95 needs 6.175, but they gave us 3.12, it means that this 3.125 will be used up on time. That makes oxygen to be what? The limiting reagent. Then butane, the reagent in what? In excess. I hope you understand what I mean. Do you understand? Have a nice day. Like, comment, share, and follow Courses Academy. Bye bye.